China and the European Union are close to reaching an investment deal which will give EU businesses better access to the Chinese market. Beijing has confirmed significant progress in the negotiations in hopes that the deal could be struck soon after years of deadlock. Lucy Hoff joins us live from Brussels with more on what's happening in Europe. Lucy, what kind of progress has been made with these negotiations now?
Well, there's been a real acceleration in recent days, spearheaded by Germany, which is currently in charge of the EU Council presidency. And certainly this was a wish of German Chancellor Angela Merkel to wrap up this deal by the self-imposed deadline of December the 31st. So Germany has been spearheading those efforts to try and make progress on this. And we understand that there has been something of a breakthrough this week. Namely, this is about improving access for European businesses in the Chinese market. But of course, there are still continued concerns about labour conditions in China, with the EU taking a strong line on wanting to improve conditions there and to get a firm commitment from China on that. There are still some obstacles to go, but we are told that a signature of this pact could come tomorrow in a call that's due to be attended at the highest level by Angela Merkel, by EU Council and Commission presidents, as well as reportedly the French President Emmanuel Macron as well. So these are talks that have been stalled since 2014 because of the EU feeling that China hadn't made sufficient changes to allow greater transparency and access to its markets. But as I say, progress in recent days and the possibility that the signing could come on Wednesday.
So these talks have been chugging along, a bit of a breakthrough. But meantime, the EU is demanding that China release this citizen journalist, Zhang Shan, over her coverage of what went on in Wuhan during that COVID-19 outbreak there. Why have they taken this stance on this issue at this time? Is it possible, Lucy, that it might even endanger the deal?
It is possible, yes. And of course, this comes again amidst the backdrop of new information about the alleged forced labour camps in Xinjiang as well. And the EU has long been taking a tough line on human rights issues, as well as I say, that central stumbling block of the talks, which has been improving labour standards in China, demanding a strong commitment from China on that. So those concerns will be reiterated during the call between those leaders tomorrow, attended by the Chinese Premier Xi Jinping as well. If indeed the EU takes too strong a line on that, it could be the case that thwarts the negotiations. So it will be interesting to see whether or not those issues are hammered home in the talks, or whether there is a line on this, but the focus in getting the investment agreement over the line, which, as I say, has been long awaited, and those talks going on since 2014. So there is the possibility that this issue will disrupt the negotiations. We've had a strong statement from the EU spokesperson on this, calling for the immediate release of the journalist, and also talking of the conditions that she's currently in captivity, and her ill health as well. So a strong line from the EU, but we will learn more after this call tomorrow.
And all of this is coming on the heels of EU leaders giving the green light to that post-Brexit trade pact, which they haven't formalised just yet. They're going to, we hope they will be, but they're going to look at the details. What can we expect on that, Lucy?
Well, we're expecting a formal signature of the deal as early as tomorrow. That was after the deal got unanimous agreement from EU 27 ambassadors. It's now gone back to the EU 27. In some countries, such as Sweden, for example, the deal demands a formal vote in parliaments. Otherwise, it's just a nod of agreement. But the stage is now set for this deal to be formally, provisionally ratified by the end of this year, meaning that it'll be put in place by the end of the transition period to prevent that disruption in the event of a no-deal Brexit from January the 1st. But MEPs this side of the Channel are demanding that they have time to properly scrutinise and look at the detail of the text. So there will be a provisional sitting of the European Parliament at the end of February, but they will formally ratify the deal in March. So still some way to go. But yes, there has been the stage is now set for this to be formally signed off, which could come again as early as tomorrow.
Yes, some way to go indeed. Lucy, thank you very much for keeping on top of this story for us. Lucy Hough there from Brussels.